From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fairbanks Evening News.
Good evening. Organizers and volunteers arrived early this morning to Pioneer Park and immediately began erecting tents, tables, and unloading trucks stocked with beverages, burgers, hot dogs, and condiments.
It was all in preparation for the festive arrival of hundreds of marchers in the annual Labor Day celebration. Local high school service organizations were there to lend a hand with the cooking, hauling of food, and any other chore that needed to be accomplished. Now, organizers say a lot goes into preparing this huge event.
We fundraise the organized labor, public and private unions, and so we essentially ask each other for donations, and usually put in $500 to $1,000 per union, and so that's how we fund the whole thing. It's for all workers, union and non-union workers. It's just a celebration of workers in general.
The first Monday of September officially became known as the federal holiday for Labor Day in 1894, 65 years before Alaska became the 49th state. Since that early January day in 1959, Alaska has been built and maintained by the American worker. As Jamie Schwartzwald reports, Fairbanks gathered today to celebrate those men and women.
The reason we celebrate Labor Day is to honor the sacrifices and of the men and women that have gone on before us. We enjoy organized labor only because of them.
The 40-hour work week, overtime, and workers' compensation are but a few achievements of the organized labor movement in the United States. Today, Interior residents gathered and marched in a show of solidarity and support for Alaska's workforce. State Representative David Guttenberg, a retired member of the Laborers Local 942, marched in the Labor Day parade that departed the Knoll Wing Public Library at noon. He spoke on the importance of Alaska Hire.
And especially in a resource state, that the resources of the state belong to the people. These are the people. And the people that work for a living that aren't members of union. It's every Alaskan.
The parade was organized by the Fairbanks Central Labor Council and co-sponsored by the Fairbanks North Star Borough. Alaska Governor Bill Walker joined a group of state and local elected officials to welcome those marching in the parade to Pioneer Park.
Alaskan worker has been so, incredibly beneficial to Alaska and what we've created. I mean, the Trans-Alaska Oil Pipeline, my wife and I both worked on that. The Alcan Highway, my mother worked on that. So infrastructure, what it's all about, and Alaska Labor is who's done that. So it's a very exciting day.
Alaska faces an unprecedented financial situation as the state's economy is closely tied to the price of oil, which closed at under $50 per barrel today. The state capital budget took a major hit last budget cycle. Governor Walker says the state will have to continue relying on federal dollars to keep Alaskans working.
On the federal side, I talked to the president about that when I came up with him on Air Force One, and every opportunity I've had, I've talked with the cabinet members about that as far as how the federal side can help augment what we need. So matching funds are 90-10 on many of our public works projects, so we need to keep that going.
I think if we actually did a significant amount of Alaska Hire, that the workers in this state would not see that big of a hurt. But we have to do that. I think the governor has to sit down with the industry and say, our people go to work. That's part of our contract with them, with all extraction industries, and that's what has to happen.
Continuing on with our Labor Day celebrations, there was a turnout for today's annual Labor Day picnic at Pioneer Park. Ryan Grimes has the story.
Members of the public celebrated Labor Day with local and state politicians today.
We have a lot of high school kids groups that help us out, including West Valley Volleyball, North Pole, cheerleaders and football team, and the Lathrop Ballroom dancers come out and help us out as well.
It's a day of celebration, according to American Federation of Labor and Congress of Industrial Organizations Alaska President Vince Beltrami. He says the state is going in a favorable direction to advance pro-labor initiatives under the Walker administration.
We've all been waiting for the construction of a big gas pipeline for years. There's been announcement after announcement, and this is the first time the effort that's underway right now with Governor Walker and the producers, this is the first time it's actually felt real.
Tanti agrees with Beltrami regarding Governor Walker, who also attended the picnic in Fairbanks.
We've had some conversation here with the borough and the state governor's office about doing some partnering and roundtable discussions on how we can continue to do workforce development with the possibility of large projects coming up in the future.
I'd like to see that people have somebody to represent their interests, and it doesn't just represent the interest of union people, it represents through their support of the Davis-Bacon and issues like that, helps represent every worker, not necessarily just people that belong to unions.
This is Ron Grimes reporting from Pioneer Park.
All right, when we come back, a woman who left a legacy to the Fairbanks community has passed away. We'll tell you who this woman was and highlights of her achievements.
That's right. Also, a dedicated mother has been actively working to erect a children's park to honor her son who was killed in a 2013 snow machine accident. We'll have more on that when we come back.
And welcome back. A Fairbanks man is being held without bail after allegedly attacking a woman inside a tent. 43-year-old Hudson Mitchell was arraigned this afternoon on felony charges of second and third degree assault and first-degree vehicle theft. According to court documents, Mitchell attacked the woman while camping at Olness Pond. She reported Mitchell became enraged, repeatedly punched her in the face, and tried to strangle her. Mitchell then reportedly stole her vehicle and was later arrested on the Elliott Highway. Mitchell, who has a history of domestic violence as recent as 2014, will be held at Fairbanks Correctional Center.
2 adults and a child were sent to the hospital Sunday afternoon after their car rolled over near mile 81 of the park's highway in Willow. Alaska State Troopers say 37-year-old Stephen Guinness II of Fairbanks was driving a Nissan Sentra north on the parks when he crossed the center line, almost colliding with an oncoming vehicle, crossed through the southbound lane, left the road, hit a culvert, and went airborne. Now the car overturned and came to a rest at Grays Creek. Guinness and his passengers were taken to Matsu Regional Medical Center in Palmer with what troopers called suspected serious injuries. Investigations are ongoing.
A longtime Fairbanks educator has passed away. Doris Ann Bartlett reportedly died this weekend at the Pioneer home in Fairbanks. Bartlett served the University of Alaska Fairbanks in teaching, research, and public service from 1982 to 2004. She spent her earliest years in Fairbanks and Circle Hot Springs while her father was mining and working for the Fairbanks Daily News miner in the winter. The family moved to Juneau as Bob became Secretary of Alaska and then Washington, D.C. when he went to Congress. In 1981, she started teaching literature and language at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Longtime former Fairbanks newsman Darrell Lewis said Bartlett was more than an English professor at UAF. She was a mentor and a friend.
She was just a wonderful instructor and an even better person. Plus, she gave me all A's. I'm so thankful I got a chance to see her when I was up in Fairbanks last month. They called and said that she probably wouldn't make it through the night or anything like that, and I rushed over to the Pioneers home, and thank goodness I was able to spend some time with her.
After over a year of work, a new park has been built in memory of a young boy who died in a 2013 snow machine accident. Sean Brown was just 9 years old when his snow machine fell into a crevasse in the Hoodoo Mountains. His mother, Eleanor Waller, has since put her time into building a park in his honor. She says Sean, along with hundreds of other local kids, grew up at the Hesray softball fields. And like Sean, the kids didn't have a safe place to play. So Eleanor set out to create a safe and fun place for the kids. It took months of planning with the borough and even more time raising the funds to get the borough-approved equipment shipped from the lower 48. But the park was open to the public last week. Now it features a safety net to protect the kids from fly balls and has slides, basketball hoops, a sandbox, and even some picnic benches. Eleanor says she knows Sean would have loved the little park and hundreds to come will love it as well.
There's probably at least 20 to 30 kids on any game night playing in the dirt. You're having to yell heads, and so they're watching for fly balls. It's just not safe for the kids to be playing out in the dirt, and those balls are dangerous. And so this will have a netting on it, and it'll be landscaped, so it'll be all grass. And we do have some toddler slides and stuff for the sandbox for the littler ones too. Yeah, he would have been all over that playground, making new friends.
Okay, Joe Cookie is up next with sports and brings us the weekend recap.
Plus, don't miss I'm going to ignore that you said Cookie. Plus, don't miss the first edition of the I-5 Interior Top Plays for the season.
All that and more with Joe after the break.
Welcome back, Interior Alaska, and happy Labor Day. Joe Cook here with the Monday Sportscast. The weekend recap is coming up, but first, we have the annual Labor Day 5K run. Over 30 runners came out to Pioneer Park for the run in beautiful conditions. Started around noon. The course took them over the pedestrian bridge out to Phillips Field Road, then around the Carlson Center before turning around a little past the Riverfront Theater for the Pioneer Park finish. Nick Jansen, he led from start to finish. The veteran runner finished in 18 minutes, 39 seconds for the overall title. A nice pack of runners finished under 22 minutes right behind him as well. The runners had a front row seat to the Labor Day parade at the finish area after the race, which is a nice show there. And a visitor from down south won the women's title. 62-year-old Ellen Brown from Anchorage finished in about 23 minutes. She says running in these events keeps her young at heart.
That's what keeps me feeling young, as I hang out and run with younger people. They have so much energy and they inspire me, and it's awesome. Oh, the course is beautiful. No traffic, no major street crossings, and lots of cute young volunteers out there cheering us on. It was awesome.
I think I held kind of a consistent pace out there. It was just mostly about 6-minute miles, and slightly over that. I mean, I don't normally run with a watch, but for some reason today I decided to put one on. I was checking it and kind of kept a pretty consistent pace. What better to do on a gorgeous day like today than go run?
And it was a strong opening weekend for UAF athletics. One team won their event, another showed promise for the season ahead. The Alaska cross-country teams won the Motor Health Alaska Invitational title. They had the highest combined scores from the men's and women's teams after 2 days of running. Big start for them. The UAF volleyball team, they didn't win a match in the Flint Hills Resources Nana Classic, but they did win 5 competitive sets. That's the most since 2012 and more than double from last year. We'll have more on these season opening events in Tuesday's Nana Corner. In high school football, the North Pole Patriots are the first interior team to win a conference title. Saturday night, the Patriots hosted the Thunder Mountain Falcons in Southeastern Conference play. It was all North Pole in the first half. They were up 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Drew Rogers, he finds Marshall Chase to extend the lead with a 24-yard scoring play. Tough running there from Chase. Rogers, he finished with 279 total yards and 3 touchdowns for the Pats. James Bartley, he got in on the action. His second touchdown went for 25 yards. The North Pole, they led 41-0 at the half. And you see the Patriots fans, they're loving it. They would win the game 41-20 and clinch their second straight SEC title. Their up-tempo offense was the catalyst for a dominant first half.
We know we do a fast tempo offense, and so we think, how do we make it faster? What can we do to make it faster? Every day in practice, every day in the meeting rooms, we're always trying to figure out what can we do to make it faster, make us better, push our ceilings. So that's what happened.
We felt like we left a lot on the field last week, not having that good first half. So it was really important to come out strong and really put ourselves back on track where we should have been, because we got a big push ahead of us. That NLC has got 3 or 4 teams deep that are really strong, and so we're going to have to get some work done over these next 4 weeks to be able to be ready to win a playoff game.
And that brings us to the Week 4 ASBN football polls for the large schools. Chugach is the new #1 team after they beat previous #1 West Anchorage. West is second, followed by Bartlett, Diamond, and East. In the small and medium schools ranking, Sohi is first, followed by Allison, who beat Barrow 27-6 on the road over the weekend. Then it's Nikiski and North Pole. Sohi and Allison are the last undefeated teams in the state and at 4-0. Palmer and Juneau are both ranked 5th in this week's poll. Monroe could have made it into the polls, but they fell to Valdez 32-6 on the road. To close out the sportscast, we start up the interior top 5 plays for the 2015-2016 season. Which one of these 5 plays will be the first play of the week? Check them out.
Coming in at number 5, the Monroe Rams finish a long rally in the second set against the Ravens. The nice effort from the back line is finished off by Clara Cox. She had a game-high 12 kills as the Rams sweep Allison in their Aurora Conference opener. At number 4, flag football, Alize Anderson of North Pole finds Tia Sullivan for a 62-yard touchdown. That was the game winner as North Pole beats Hutchinson 12-7 in the season opener for both teams. At number 3, Megan Olson gets a key dig, and Amberline Jean would eventually get the kill for set point as Alaska wins their first set of the season, 25-17 over the Minot State Beavers. The Beavers won the match in 5 sets. Coming at number 2, check out the shifty James Bartley. His 25-yard scamper behind his blockers gave the Patriots a 35-0 lead in the second quarter. The Pats captured their second straight SEC title, 41-20 over Thunder Mountain on Saturday. At number 1, UAF's Dorothy O'Donnell earns 2 third-place finishes, 23-36 in the 6K and 19-10 in the 5K to lead the Alaska Nanniks to the overall team title in the Motor Health Alaska Invitational over Seattle Pacific and Montana State Billings in their first meet of the year. To vote for the play of the week, click on your favorite play on the I-5 poll on webcenter11.com. You can also comment on the KTVF Facebook and YouTube post and at KTVF11 Sports on Twitter for your vote. The play of the week will be revealed this Friday.
The I-5 Sports Report is brought to you by Adient Orthopedic Physical Therapy.
And that'll do it for sports tonight. Mike Schultz is up next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back in to our Monday night edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again talking about the weather, and I hope you had yourself a good weekend. It was magnificent. Mother Nature flipped that light switch, and boy, those leaves just started turning like crazy. Also putting on a nice aurora show that one of our viewers was able to capture with a very nice photograph. Selena Powers captured this aurora, and there's the Big Dipper. Look at that. Nice shot, Selena. And as always, if you have a photograph to share, please send it to photos@ktvf11.com, and we will share it with the rest of the audience. Very nice photograph. Okay, let's take a look at our photograph. Our temperatures, wow, something seems to be up here. Okay, we're going to try and figure this one out and see if we can get back to where things are supposed to be. It looks like there's a little bit of a computer problem going on here, and I'm going to work with you. We're going to work this out and see if we can get this back to where it's supposed to be. I think we're getting pretty close. Let's talk about the Alaska weather. How about that? And we'll show you that we're looking at some showers around the Anchorage Bowl area, cloudy skies over southeast Alaska, a few showers at Ketchikan, also showers in the Kodiak region. Elsewhere across the state, it looks like for the most part up and down the west coast, lots of sunshine, a few scattered clouds, some showers there, and on the north slope, 38 degrees at Barrow with cloudy skies for the most part. And as far as the lower 48 weather is concerned, well, we're looking at more nice temperatures over the Pacific Northwest, 70 degrees there. 100-degree temperatures in Las Vegas and Phoenix, 100-degree temperatures also in Dallas. It's cooled off a little bit over the Denver area and Salt Lake City area, and around 80 degrees there. Partly cloudy skies in Minneapolis, 82. The hot temperatures right now are over the eastern half of the country, where the temperatures are once again around the 90-degree category. Showers and thunderstorms over the deep south and the Florida Peninsula. What else is going on satellite and radar? Again, you see showers and thunderstorms over the Florida Peninsula and around parts of Texas. Over the eastern half, or actually western half, things are looking pretty good. Still a lot of moisture being pulled up across from the southwest over the Phoenix area, so watch for more thunderstorms there and even possibly some dust storms too. While over the Pacific Northwest, it looks pretty good. Now, the September heat wave is going to continue over the eastern half of the country right on through Wednesday. Temperatures feeling at 10 to 15 degrees above normal, which means the real field temperatures is 90 to 100 degrees each day. And upper 80s and lower 90s is going to be expected all over that area. And the jet stream, well, again, we're back to picture here. Things are going crazy. There's the jet stream. As you can see, once again, we're looking at a pretty good dip in the jet stream here, bringing some showers across the Great Lakes and the Midwest, while the rest of the country looks like very hot temperatures. In fact, high pressure really building up over the west coast, bringing a lot more heat and dryness with more fire potential once again. All right, back to Alaska for tomorrow in the northern sections. A little snow in Barrow. How about that? Partly cloudy skies at Nome, cloudy skies for the Fort Yukon area. Over the south central sections, or southeastern, interior, isolated showers at Fairbanks. Some showers are possible at Healy, and just partly cloudy skies for Delta. Over at southeast Alaska, it looks like partly cloudy skies in Juneau. Some scattered showers at Ketchikan, and over the southwest part of the state, rain is likely for Bethel and Kodiak, showers in Cold Bay. And if you head down to the south central regions, it looks like showers are becoming periods of rain all the way across the entire region, so a wet forecast there. Now, the kids are off today, obviously, because of Labor Day, but we're still going to give you our weather fact for today. And the weather fact is in 1980, Topeka, Kansas had over 8 inches of rain in a 24-hour period, drenching the city. So a lot of rain there. As always, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank celebrating 50 years of service. And tomorrow night, we'll welcome Ann Ween Elementary back for our kids for the rest of the week. All right, here's your forecast for the remainder of the night. Increasing clouds, not as cool as last night, 43 degrees, the overnight low. Tomorrow's forecast, calling for some isolated showers in the afternoon, 63 degrees. And the 5-day outlook, calling for a little better chance of showers on Wednesday, and then a little bit of a brief respite until Saturday, and then into Sunday, cloudy skies also. But temperatures will be cooling down dramatically, down in the low 50s for, looks like Saturday and Sunday in the low 50s. And overnight lows dropping back down to, frigid 36 degrees. So cold temperatures there. But what a weekend it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Leaves
very
is
good.
gorgeous out there.
It was gorgeous today.
Yeah.
Yeah. We thank you for that. All right, that will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Well, tonight on NBC Nightly News, Bernie Sanders has widened his lead over Hillary Clinton, and he's gaining ground in Iowa. That's up next with Lester Holt.
You can join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
All right, from all of us here at the News Center, have a good night.
Good night.